Hello, welcome to episode 59 of No Holds Barred Pod. That is Sal Dodgson. I've just knocked the microphone, sorry.
And that is Don McGowan, and I'll try not to knock my microphone, but you know, it happens every week, so.
I know. Okay, what's different is I've bought a new one and it's coming from the other side of my desk. It used to come from there, so I'm used to grabbing it from that side, and then now it's over here. So, sorry, that's completely useless. I know. I'm not used to it.
Life and times of Don McGowan.
I know. The trivial information that you never knew you really wanted to know. But yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
So, I come to you properly knackered because I spent some hours in the sun on Saturday protesting against the far right.
I know.
That was fun. We had a little visit in Liverpool. Faux Father Nick Tenconi and his 30 little acolytes, and then the 30 YouTubers that came with them everywhere.
Yeah. The auditors.
It was outrageous. The last time I did one of these protests was just after the Southport murders, and it was feral and terrifying because there was like 5,000 of them and 2,000 of us. And don't get me wrong, in every demographic there's some knobhead rabble-rousers that do want to cause trouble, but by and large we're a peaceful movement.
Yeah.
Of older people. There are some younger people who tend to be the loud, angry ones.
Yeah,
I was one myself years ago. I can't really say anything.
Yeah.
We've all been there. But by and large, the only trouble caused was from those bloody YouTubers. By and large. There was one guy. Let's start at the beginning. So I got there early doors to the meeting point, which unbeknownst to me had moved. So I was sat there on my Todd outside this lovely little old building in Liverpool. This little listed building on the steps, earphones in, music on, minding my own business, waiting for people to turn up. Next thing I know, I just get this like shadow and there's someone there and I'm like, fucking hell, what? What the what?
Yeah.
And I had an Israeli flag shoved in my face. I took my earbud out and I'm like, what the fuck? Because this guy's shouting at me. And he's going, fuck you, die you fucking bitch, go to fucking hell. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And
what?
Thankfully, I didn't see him coming. That's all I'm grateful for, because I'm not good at, I'm getting a lot better, but I'm not very good at sitting there and just going, yeah, whatever, dickhead, move on.
Yeah.
I like them to try and feel the terror that they're trying to instill in other people.
Yeah.
It's not ideal, always. So I stood up and I'm like, you. I basically called him an effing psychopath a lot, very loudly. And there was nobody around because it was so early.
Yeah.
But there was a plod about 50 yards up. And one of the group came to get me from where they'd changed the meeting point. And she said, are you all right? And I'm like, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit shaken. I didn't have being attacked by a Zionist on my bingo card today.
Wow. Why did he go for you? Just because, what were you wearing that was significant?
I had my keffir on, didn't I?
Yeah, that was it then. Do you think that's why he spotted you?
Well, I had the funny thing was, I thought maybe it was my T-shirt because I had my Nah Rosa Parks, and the Nah is written in bold, but it's written in lowercase.
Yeah.
And because I had my keffir on, a lady came up to me when I was on the steps, bless her, and she said, you might want to adjust your scarf, love, because your T-shirt says Nan.
Oh, no.
So it wasn't that. It was a keffir, and it was an Egyptian one as well. But they hate everybody, don't they?
Oh,
so,
and then
I don't know what happened to him because he was only a short arse, funny enough. Which tends to, there was a lot of them that suffer with height issues.
Yeah.
In their heads.
Rage.
That's Hugh Anthony, you know, the one that got kicked out by his parents.
Yeah, he's really little, isn't he?
He's a borrower.
Yeah, I've seen
He's
pictures of him.
4 foot tall.
Oh, you saw him in real life? Is he that small?
No, I didn't. I saw him on video because you couldn't. Because, you know, the police have got a minimum height requirement. So all these little tiny Mussolinis, you couldn't see him. I barely clapped eyes on Tenconi.
Yeah.
And the police were double. The police played a blinder.
Yeah.
Some of them have issues and are getting reported, like throwing women to the ground when you could just say, "Could you just move, please?"
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's
there was a
still going
couple
on.
of them, and they got shamed, and they're getting reported.
Good.
But the larger bit of trouble just came from them, and there was a guy there who you can see in all the photos with a massive is it a standard like they had on horses back in the 1600s
Standard,
with 3 fleur-de-lis on, right? And I
Yeah.
saw, because I watched these orders of videos afterwards to see what was going on. And there's this bloke underneath this standard who I'd love to have had a conversation with in a different environment. Terribly posh, terribly proud that he's half French, couldn't stop talking about it. The 3 fleur-de-lis on his flag, because he's half French, if he hadn't mentioned it earlier, stand for the Father, Son and the Holy Ghost. And he said, to be honest, I don't know a lot about Nick Tenconi.
But he was standing on their
side. Do you not, lad, know? Yeah, with the little... And you've never seen such poorly made crosses in your life. If you're going to make a cross, put some effort into it. Don't just get a little bit of shit timber from your garden and a nail.
A fence plank, yeah.
Oh, it was just unreal. It was like the contents of the Mos Eisley had just kicked out and they gegged onto Nick Tenconi.
Oh, no.
But they tried to... They couldn't meet where they wanted to meet because we'd blocked them off. They couldn't march where they wanted to march because we wouldn't let them. So they got marched basically from near where they wanted to be, round the back streets. They stopped in the... Oh, my God, he was burning incense.
Oh, yeah,
I swear to God, he turned up rosary beads. And I'm like, what's that smell? That's
thinks
not
he's
weed.
like the Pope. Yeah.
He was only short of his cosplay cleric, but I think he wanted that bit. It's madness. They didn't get a minute to do the sermon because we just drowned them out with noise. So they took the police, marched them through into the back streets. Put like some poor councillor said. So he then started doing a bit of fucking preaching. There wasn't a hymn to be had, and we figured out the route, so we cut them off at Lime Street.
Yeah.
So they couldn't get. Basically, they were going to the station, and that was it.
Yeah.
Get out. And then they broke out, not with a hymn, because they're such religious Christians on a march for Christ. They sang Rule Britannia. It's literally the Scooby-Doo mask of fascism. You fucking imbeciles. No. What are you doing?
They're just not bright enough to pull this off, are they? That's the problem.
And then young Bob, who I can't believe I didn't clap eyes on him. Oh my giddy Christ. He wasn't wanted from either side.
I saw
he
that
wanted
on his
to
videos.
report on either side. And he said the left were going to kill him. Shut up. They might kill your brain with questions.
Yeah. I saw a video that he put out, or someone put out, that was him being detained by the police, and he was in the middle of the two factions. Yeah. And
the police were like, pick a side or we'll arrest you.
Basically, she said, I've had enough of you. You're at every single one of these. And he's like, but if I go there, they're going to kick my head in. If I go there, they're going to kick my head in. And she's like, I don't care. You either get nicked for your own safety or you pick a side. And eventually he said, you can't nick me. I'm a member of the press. And then she went, how can you be? You just told us you were 17. And he got out some badge, which was a fake badge. And she's like, right, you're nicked. Off you go, you dick. Young Bob is not he's a fruitcake.
I tell you what, though, I do think that it's a sport to them.
Yeah.
These are people who cannot afford season tickets to the football.
Yeah. Basically.
So I think if we crowdfund season tickets for Saddos, there might not be any far right left.
Yeah. Get them to their relevant football grounds.
It was horrible. I mean, it was good, but it was horrible. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather not have had to have done it and slept for 3 days afterwards, but because it crucified me.
It's great that you went though. I mean,
well, it wasn't just me. There was probably about conservatively about 1,200 of us, I'd say.
It's that big. Well, that is big.
Yeah. And a lot of us will be going down to London for next week. Yeah, which is our demo. It's not a counter demo, so nice.
No. Yeah, I'm on standby with that one. I'm hoping that I can go, but it depends on back pain issues. So I could still jump a train at the last second, but yeah.
I've got to be in the middle of Liverpool for 7 a.m. next Saturday.
Oh, right. Yeah, early start.
I hope I don't sleep on the couch. Couch, coach. God.
On the couch. Yeah, that's great.
Should look for a coach with wings. But, yeah. So
Patriotic
that's
millionaires flying bus.
that's
a
my little
callback.
report from that. I do owe an apology to James Coppett though, because I discovered that it can be quite tricky to like record or photograph and abuse somebody whilst holding a flag. I don't know if James was holding a flag. I was, and obviously I've only got half a hand, so it was very. I've not even properly looked back at my videos yet, to be honest. I should do, because I couldn't see what I was doing. I'm a little short arse. Stick my phone up and see what's going on. I miss my friend David Broughton. He was 6'4" and he's just like, yeah, so.
Oh, right, fair enough. Yeah, you can put some in. We can put some in a clip if we can find a couple of.
Yeah, I'll send you one because it was there was some great chants. The people united will never be defeated. 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 The people united. We had 0151 UKIP do one. That was good.
I like that. That's nice.
AI Jesus, because they came with a massive AI printout of Jesus, and his left foot had 2 feet. I don't know what that is. A 3-footed Jesus.
Tripedal Jesus. Yeah. No. Oh God, they're just not bright. That's the problem. They just. I don't know. As you say, they're
painful.
Sort of. Oh, there. Sorry. Now I can see what I'm reading. Yeah, Tenconi's such a loser, isn't he? He's like, the sort of rolling protests seem to be dwindling every single week. And what did you say? About 30 of them, you reckon-ish? Roughly?
I reckon there was about 30, let's say 40 if we're being generous. But there was an equal amount of them YouTubers.
Yeah.
And if they'd been removed from the mix, there probably wouldn't have been any trouble.
No.
Because they were in amongst us, just asking questions. Nobody asked me a question because I've got a face that says, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah. Are they like the same ones that were causing trouble at Hannah Spencer's speech in Manchester a couple of weeks ago? That it was the YouTubers that were kicking off between themselves, basically, and then Hannah's, Oh,
they're the proper turfy ones, aren't they? These are just the right wing.
Yeah.
We're impartial. You're politically illiterate, is what you are.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah. So, no, that's really interesting. Well, it'd be interesting if I can get to the Together March on Saturday.
Oh, next week should just be a lovely big carnival.
Yeah, it will be. I'm sure
there'll be the odd gammon shouting from outside a pub waiting to go to football, but there's more of us than there are of them, which is also what we shouted at them. So.
Yeah, I've been following it. I'll follow it on TV if I can't make it down, but it looks like it's going to be huge. So, yeah, and no trouble. I wouldn't have thought because, the people go in there and
not get a whistle
and some white gloves and go on a rave.
I don't know about that. Just to be noisy.
There's loads of cool DJs playing. I saw I can't even remember now who off the top of my head, but they've got some big name DJs playing, some big name bands playing
cool.
on the day. Yeah, I keep getting emails telling me about it, and I will have FOMO if I don't get down there on Saturday. But I'm still, it's going to be up to the last minute if I can or not. So, but you'll go and you'll report back for us next week, which will be
well. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait until I'm well enough to get content and be part of the protest. But I'm just
but. Spoken word's good enough.
We were there for hours because they took a long time to decide to piss off, and I couldn't have done it. I was too angry because the energy in the crowd just, I just didn't have my frontal cortex working.
No, it's fair enough. Yeah, there must be quite a lot of adrenaline when you're. I haven't been to a big protest for a long, long time, but I do remember going on several when I was younger and going to London on anti-Nazi League marches and things like that. And it's such a buzz and such a massive atmosphere that you kind of forget about everything else, don't you? I mean, there was no phones back then anyway, but yeah, it was.
I need to be further along in my vagal toning journey.
Oh yeah, vagal.
That's the vagus nerves what controls you.
I just
what they've got no control of. At least we know what it is.
Very, very true. Very
true.
Hey
gods. So anyway, the far right ain't winning.
No, they're really not, are they?
What say you, Don?
Well,
Because
I
you've got
mean,
a bit about that this week, haven't you?
yeah, mainly reform. But basically, last week we were going to record a second episode at the end of towards the end of the week, but stuff happened and you were out and then I was
Life got in
unwell,
the way.
so we didn't get around to doing it. But so I made a load of notes for the Reform Roundup of last week, which is still quite pertinent. I think worth looking at briefly because some of them are just nuts. On Friday, I wrote that. Oh, sorry, on Thursday, I wrote from yesterday alone, Sarah Potchin, this is what Reform got up to in one day. Sarah Potchin wanted to wear a tartan burqa on stage, which was just beyond
Imbecilic.
horrific. Nigel Farage on the same day called Welsh people foreign speakers. He then called for every religious celebration in the UK to be banned. Of which he royally fucked that up because it was to do with like the Muslim iftar that happened in Trafalgar Square. Everyone's had a big hoo-ha about.
So stupid. They're okay with... sorry, go on.
Well, yeah, I can tell you about what John Jenrick said because you told me yesterday when Lewis Goodall spoke to him about it. He tied himself in absolute knots over it.
It was hilarious.
But anyway, so this was just last week. So everyone in Reform said that Muslims basically should be banned from praying in public. But Farage was asked by, I think it was the AP group after his press conference, he said, and he basically made a slip up and he said that every religious celebration should be banned in the UK, which I then wrote, well, we were talking about Christmas,
Who
Easter.
do you think he is, Bloody Cromwell?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, banning Christmas, I know, yeah.
What happened to Cromwell again?
Yeah, it didn't end well for him, did it? But he then lied about Ed Miliband telling pubs to serve warm beer, which never happened. He then went on to claim that Britain was built on Judeo-Christianity, which
it wasn't. You
definitely
fucking
wasn't.
Imbecile.
A term
Jesus
imported. The term was coined in 1831 by Ferdinand Bauer of the Protestant Tübingen School in Germany. And so that was what Farage claimed Britain was built on. This is the patriot of all patriots. Doesn't even know his history.
He's a Huguenot, isn't he?
Yeah, true. He is.
What?
Yeah, that's very true.
What does he think French and Belgian is again?
I know.
Sorry, Flemish.
Yeah, he lost. Then Kent County Council lost control, basically. They had a vote on Wednesday about an emergency immigration. They wanted to declare an immigration emergency. That's what it was. And their entire council walked out in protest because technically it was illegal. So I put a Twitter out on, I put a post out on Twitter and tagged Linda Kemkaran, who's the leader of Kent County Council, because she follows me weirdly. And then she actually replied to me and I asked her, and I said, why did you do this? And why did you break the Purdah rules? And she said, after about 2 days, she came back to me and replied. Now, I haven't had a chance to process the reply properly because it's long. But what I've done is I've reached out to a contact of mine who's a Conservative county councillor in the very same council in Kent, and have messaged her, who got back to me this morning. I'm not going to name her for obvious reasons, but she's writing a full response for me to what Linda Kemkaran said, and we'll get back to you hopefully by the end of the week on that, because she's basically lied her arse off. And I have a councillor who was sat alongside her in the very chamber in the very same day telling me the truth. So that should hopefully be with us on the next episode.
That sounds like an article in the making, Dom.
Well, it will be, hopefully. Another article in the making, I got a Freedom of Information request back from Westminster City Council, which was, I asked them about Reform UK's lottery that they forced people into when selling their black shirts. Now,
that's still available.
They're very woolly in their response, but basically within the rules of small lotteries, Reform UK had to declare the amount of money they raised and what good cause it was for and who won the prize. And that should have been
Good
declared.
cause.
Yeah, you have to have a good cause to run a small lottery, it's called. But Westminster confirmed they didn't have the good cause. That wasn't declared. They haven't declared the winner, and they haven't declared the amount of money they've taken, and they're way over the submission dates for these sort of parts of the lottery that conditions that they needed to run that lottery. So an illegal lottery again. So they're at it, Reform, but
consequences.
Well, I haven't written this up yet. I only got it back a couple of days ago. I'm going to write it up and I'm going to send it on to a few people in the press and see what happens. But consequences, as you know, I'll come on to in a minute, there probably will be none, because who's regulating them? Nobody, it turns out. Anyway, so moving on quickly to finish up Reform Roundabout. I keep saying that. Oh yeah, last week they banned media from Nottinghamshire County Council, which is technically illegal.
Can you do that?
No,
okay,
it's illegal.
thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is all since we recorded last properly. So Farage got caught out recording some seriously nasty stuff on Cameo last week. Did you see that? He was recording neo-Nazi stuff. He was promoting really strong far-right material. It was in The Guardian last week.
Oh, so not like Hugh Janus business?
No, serious. He was promoting. They got him to say something about a neo-Nazi march, a seriously nasty neo-Nazi march, and he was repeating far-right tropes. So I'll put a link into The Guardian article last week.
You see, here's the thing. I'm sat on the bones of my arse, and I wouldn't do that for a tenner.
Yeah. Multi-millionaire Farage.
Sorry, that's not putting it. I wouldn't do that for all the money in the world. He's sitting on millions and millions of pounds, and he's bothering his arse to record something for 60, 80 quid, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's something very seriously wrong with these people. They're fucked in the head.
Yeah, definitely. Well, The Guardian went through all of his cameos that they could find, and they found some really, really grim stuff. And I said last week, either he knew what he was doing and didn't care, or he didn't bother to check. And either way, it's just shocking behaviour. This man's supposed to be touted for the next Prime Minister of the UK, and he's recording promotional neo-Nazi stuff on Cameo. You've got to ask yourself why multimillionaires want a job for 90, 100 grand a year. Yeah, exactly.
No, get out.
But he's since said that he's going to stop recording Cameo videos for security reasons. Yeah, right.
His own fucking security, yeah.
Because you got caught, yeah. This is the thing with Farage, isn't it? He just breaks the rules until he gets caught, and then nobody says anything to him or punishes him, and he just finds another rule to break, and he just keeps going on and on. It's just, it's absolutely great. Disgraceful. Last week, Reform announced their Scottish manifesto with a big press conference in, not sure where it was, in Scotland, actually.
Problem with that, isn't there?
Well, they had a candidate they picked the day before for Dundee, and they had to sack him 24 hours later after he was found guilty of COVID loan misuse. So he lasted 24 hours. Wasn't
there a woman that tried to stand in a seat that doesn't exist?
Oh, I don't know about that one. I missed that.
I'll have to
probably
find that. I, to be honest, sometimes when it's Reform and I'm a bit stressed, I think, oh, Don will have that.
And most of the time I pick it up, but I definitely miss stuff. But I know I'll have to try and find that out. But
I'm sure that was all. She was going around canvassing for a seat that's hasn't existed for a while.
Oh, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
No.
But the irony of that is they've binned this guy off in Scotland because of COVID loan misuse, and then they've got Councillor Jamie McIver in Essex, who's their, I think, lead for local councils in the whole country now, and he's guilty of exactly the same thing as far as I can tell. So I don't know how he's
macho mouth, as I like to call him.
Yeah. McIver the macho mouth. Yeah, so the ex-Tory that got binned out.
Feminine voice in my life.
No, I don't think I've ever heard him speak. Is he very high pitched?
Go and hear him speak, and then you'll know why I call him macho mouth.
I will.
It's literally unbelievable.
Okay. Yeah. So that was all last week before Friday. It was quite mad, really. They went a bit off the rails, even for Reform last week.
Well, I told you, they'll shout loud that it's the death throes, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what this is.
like, like Rupert Lowe, who technically does have an official party now. In real
Sorry.
news. What?
About 10 minutes before we started recording, I found this. Oh, brace yourself. He put a post on Facebook, Dom.
Oh, yeah.
I had to screenshot it so I could read it to you.
Oh,
verbatim. Okay, so confusingly, he posted it with a bar chart of net favourability of party leaders, and he's the least favourable. In fact, I don't know where he's made this bar chart up, because it's got Keir Starmer winning at nearly 50%, and that can't be right. So it's a nonsense to begin with. And he says, I am increasingly confident that Restore Britain will win the next general election.
Oh, my God.
There you go. There you go.
Just nuts. Such delusion. But, I mean, like, his is a money-making exercise like Farage, isn't it? It's the same thing. But, like, they've finally got approval from the Electoral Commission, so they are technically a real party now.
Yeah. They filled the application form in properly.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They ticked the right boxes.
Jesus.
But basically, I saw a post this morning from somewhere, which I have to verify before we next episode, but someone had asked, I think they'd asked the Electoral Commission on an FOI or something for a breakdown of Restore Britain's membership, because they couldn't believe that a brand new party was saying that they had over 100,000 members. And if this is to be believed, this email that I saw this morning, they said their guesstimate is that 59% of those are foreign overseas members. So, again, exactly.
Who can't vote, so that's fine.
I know, but it all goes into this sort of who's watching this stuff. Like, Reform won't publish their membership audit data because they know most of the numbers in Reform are made up. Restore Britain now doing exactly the same thing. It's just complete, like, taking the piss out of the entire country, and nobody's bothered because, well, not people are bothered, but nobody's checking it. So the Electoral Commission are not doing their job. Like, great.
Who heads up the Electoral Commission, I wonder? I genuinely don't know, but I have suspicions.
I don't know, actually. I'm not. I use their website and I use their data constantly, but I never actually looked into that. I might do that. And then, so then the last thing about Reform for this episode is, well, probably anyway, Matt Goodwin did. Let's try that again. Take a run at
Bad.
Badloss, Matt Goodwin. Oh boy, where do we go? Where do we start with this?
Oh, it's this. I love the ritual humiliation.
Oh, I know. The Schadenfreude is off the charts on this one. So Matt Goodwin's published a new book called The Suicide of a Nation. And it's basically about how he is projecting that Britain will no longer be a predominantly white country. That's his premise. What I didn't realize until I looked into it today was that he's taken some numbers from 2021 and he's drawn a straight line graph for 100 years. And within those 100 years, he purports that Britain will no longer be a white country in his eyes. So Goodwin's sources for said book, he put them out today on Twitter, because Twitter, I'll come on to in a minute what happened, but journalist Andy Twelves has basically taken him to the cleaners. Someone said he's murdered him and set his corpse on fire.
And that was just the first 5 chapters?
He's carried on with it, though, Andy.
He said he was going to wait till Matt got back to him on the 13 points that he had issues in the first 5
he sort of has and he sort of hasn't, but I'll link to what Andy's been doing underneath because he's brilliant at this. But I took a quick look at Matt Goodwin's response, which he put out today, and he linked to his source, which turns out to be a paper he wrote himself in 2021 with factually incorrect data. So he wrote that in 2025, the Muslim population would be 7%. So we're now like 5 years down the line and the Muslim population hasn't reached that point yet. So everything his baseline starts on is wrong. So it's all wrong.
Like 9% Muslims or something.
6. We're only 6 at the
6.
moment.
After
Yeah.
60,000 years of man roaming Europe, the arrogance of these people to think in their lifetimes is when we're just about to get taken over.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
6% we are.
Ugh.
But his baseline worked on figures of 7%, so that was wrong. I mean, it's 1%.
He's inflating it already.
Yeah, but when you take that into statistical analysis frame, like, that's huge. Like, everything from that point is completely incorrect because he started from the wrong number.
Yeah.
But also he said that, he's modelling it from 2021 to 2121 is his data range. So 100 years. And basically by 2021, he asserts that maybe there might be 24% of the country that are Muslim. But that's literally drawing a straight line. Anyone that's got half a brain will like tell you that you can't draw a straight line from 4 years worth of data. Because
anyone with a ruler can draw a straight line.
Exactly. But it's not accounting for anything at all. There's no fluctuations, there's no nothing, there's no population.
Fucking imbecile.
And this is his new book. And he's rightly had his arse handed to him left, right and centre on this. So, yeah. Sorry,
for example, I can predict, right?
Yeah.
Call me what you will. I can predict that over the next sorts of 6 to 12 months, we're going to get a higher influx of refugees. And I'm going to link that to the massive ongoing conflict in the fucking Middle East because these things have patterns.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's just mad.
And I won't be writing a book about it either.
No. It's just mad that
Although, 2 things. One, he can now sustain himself for the rest of his life with copies of his book, eating them, as he's proven to do before.
True. Yeah.
And what we could do is wait until the Works can't sell his books for £1 each, you know, like they did with bonuses.
Oh, yeah, the Works. Yeah.
And we could bulk ship them over to Inhospitable Island.
Oh, yeah.
So that when we send them all there, that's all they've got to read.
And eat.
Imagine that!
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. Well, I suppose they'll never sort of want for firewood then, would they? Because they can burn it quite easily. But
yeah,
it's just mad. He's contradicted himself so many times. It's just factually inaccurate, hate-based racism. I mean, it's just nonsense.
In a stable world, these people would be sectioned, and I'm not joking.
I know. Yeah, totally. But, you know. Oh, also, the last thing, he listed his phone number on his source material, which I've got on my Twitter if you want to go and find it. I'm not going to find it.
On purpose? Sorry.
Yeah.
Deliberately.
Professor Matt Goodwin can be contacted at blah, 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 blah.
Is that his office number or something? No. He's just
it's a mobile number.
For attention, isn't he?
It's mobile. I haven't phoned it. I don't want to be bored stupid in case he answers. I'd be like, no, I got things to do, mate. So it's on my Twitter if anyone wants to go and have a look. If anyone does dial it, let me know. Don't want to. But he put it out there. It's not like I didn't find it secretly. He put it online this morning. So
is he that desperate for attention?
Yeah, he is. He really, really is. I mean, before the Gorton and Denton thing, he was like narcissistic, like lunatic. Since then, he's taken it so badly, he's just like crying out for, yeah.
I mean, he's written it incredibly quickly.
Yeah, I know, amazingly quickly. That was the other thing. The last thing
it's almost like he's an AI.
That's it. So the last bit is that Andy 12s has basically highlighted that he's firstly made up loads of quotes from people that don't exist, but secondly used ChatGPT and forgotten to take out the reference code when he's referenced ChatGPT, and it's full of AI hallucinations. So he's basically
self-published.
It's self-published, yeah. ChatGPT'd and self-published, leading to the
I'd
brand
never
new
be that
name.
Stupid, Sorry, I just can't.
But he doesn't care. He's so self-absorbed that this is attention. It's narcissism. Textbook. I want to have attention. It doesn't matter whether it's bad or good.
I can't write a piece without like sending it to you or somebody and going,
yeah.
Do I sound like a toddler screaming? Do you know what I mean?
I know it's true though. And like we're self-aware. We I write
Yeah.
loads of stuff, but I always reread it and change it and edit it before I'm like 100% content with it. But he's just farming out AI slop with made up
Confidence
quotes.
of the ignorant, isn't it?
Exactly. And so-called professor. I had a follower of mine on Twitter who's actually a university professor in Exeter. Just said, I can't believe the gall of this ex-academic to be churning out fake data in the name of academia. And this is a genuine professor that said this online today. So, but yeah, it has given us a new nickname for him, MattGPT, which I absolutely love. So,
That's excellent. I'll remember
it really
that.
is. Matt Badloss and MattGPT.
And on that bombshell, should we sign off and carry on? Because we've still got some stuff to discuss.
Sign off and carry on. Yeah, we can do. We'll have a chat about. Well, we haven't even mentioned the war yet, as Basil Fawlty would have said.
And there's So there's lots to talk about there.
There is, especially today when we're recording on Monday, 23rd. Yeah, and I just want to mention petrol and potholes. So yeah, let's sign off, and we'll do two shorter episodes this week. This day, whatever.
Today.
Yeah.
I know.
And,
so please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for sticking with us. And we'll see you for all things war in a minute. Oh.
Yeah, that'll do. Bye for now.
Bye.